My career ended with a single crack, my knee giving out during a competition. There was nothing heroic or dramatic about it, just sharp pain and the harsh reality that everything was over. I was told to accept it and move on. But how do you put a period on something when you've invested your entire life in one direction? I was angry, disoriented, and the mere thought of adapting to a normal life made me sick. The following months were a nightmare. Every morning, I woke up knowing I would never run again. The daily routine suffocated me, and the pity in others' eyes made my blood boil. I didn't want to be remembered as the one who failed. So one morning, I decided to buy a one-way ticket to South America. I didn't know what I was looking for, but I knew I needed to get away. When I arrived, I found myself surrounded by the Andes, imposing mountains that seemed to watch me in silence, asking nothing in return. I started walking, more out of challenge than pleasure, confronting my body and the knee that had betrayed me. Each step was a struggle, but I felt something changing inside me, as if that pain was forging a new version of myself. One day, while wandering through a small mountain village, I saw a group of young people with their mountain bikes, ready to tackle a steep descent. I felt a call, maybe the adrenaline I hadn't experienced in a long time, and decided to give it a try. I rented a bike and joined them on the ride. At first, it was a disaster. Tight turns, rocks everywhere, and paralyzing fear. But there was also a burst of energy I hadn't felt in ages. When I reached the bottom, I knew I had to keep going. Every day, I climbed back on that bike, pushing my body beyond limits I thought were impassable. And against all odds, my knee started to improve. The bike became my new obsession, my refuge. So, a crazy idea took shape in my mind: to ride back to the United States by bike. It wasn't just about returning home. It was about reclaiming my life, one pedal stroke at a time. I left without telling anyone. Each day was a new adventure, each encounter a new discovery. The people I met didn't know who I was, and that gave me a freedom I had never known. I wasn't pedaling to escape. I was pedaling to live, to feel every breath, every muscle in tension. When I finally crossed the US border, I wasn't the same person anymore. I wasn't the failed athlete. I was a woman who had found a new path, a new passion. It wasn't redemption, but a new beginning. Looking back, I realized that journey through the mountains, in that country few truly know, had been the start of a much more important race. The race to rediscover my true self in a way I had never imagined.